Hi, I'm Peter Travers, and this is Popcorn, where we take you where the action is in terms of movies. And the action right now is at the Sundance Film Festival in Park City, Utah. And this is where movies happen, independent movies happen. And I'm sitting at the Zoom restaurant owned by the festival founder, Robert Redford. And this is where I interviewed Edie Falco. Yes, the star of Nurse Jackie, but here because she's starring in a movie called Three Backyards. Very different than anything she's played, Sopranos, Nurse Jackie, anything. We'll show you the interview with Edie Falco in just a minute, but first, let's take a look at her movie, Three Backyards.
What's the number?
Hello?
Look out the window.
Okay.
Look out the window. She's right there.
Who is?
Her.
Oh,
Oh my God, please don't wave.
why not?
I don't know.
Oh, she's a tiny little nothing.
What? I can't see her anymore. I can't see her anymore. I'm going upstairs.
Edie Falco, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to our show. Welcome to Sundance. That's what it is, all behind you.
Yes,
snow.
it is everywhere.
And you have a film here called Three Backyards.
I do.
And there's a history you have with the writer-director, Eric Mendelsohn, in this movie, because I remember being here in 1999, seeing Judy Berlin.
Was that when that was? Holy mackerel.
It was
Yeah.
a while ago.
Yeah.
And your character, Judy Berlin, says something at the end of the movie that I always remember to the character that I think is based on Eric, which is then just, you don't know what to do, go make a movie.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he did. So tell us a little bit about what Three Backyards is about and who you play in it.
It's a movie about three suburban situations, you know, families. In the course of a relatively normal day, somewhat more than normal things happen, and how these people respond to them. That's kind of it, I guess. And I play a housewife.
There you go. And yet your role in this, as this housewife, is to drive an actress to the ferry.
That's right.
So how long did you have to make Three Backyards, your section of it?
It didn't take very long at all. I don't know the reality of it. I think just a couple of weeks, if that's possible. Yeah, it was a very short schedule. It was during the summer, so I wasn't working a couple of years ago, not this past summer, the one before.
Where was it shot?
On Long Island, in my hometown, Northport, and some Sag Harbor, some Port Jefferson. We're all where I grew up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're in the, there are moments when you're talking about what's unsaid, because your character is this housewife who's a little intimidated by the celebrity that
Right.
she's driving, played by Beth Davis.
Right.
And there's a moment in there where you do what I do, or I think a lot of people do, who are in an awkward situation and don't know what to say. Where my wife will always say, you know, you don't want to talk to me about what you really want to say, so you'll say Sam's Pizza or something. You'll read a sign.
Right.
You say stop sign.
Yeah.
I just like that. It's just, it's perfect.
You know
It's
what? It was right there in the script.
Stop sign.
And when I read it to myself, I just, you know, the whole system warms up. It just the richness of that, because that's real life, and Eric gets it. You know, ask any actor, they're dying for scripts that make you feel like that. None of this was like a cute idea I came up with. It was all written there.
So you and Eric went to SUNY Purchase together?
We did, all those years ago.
And what happens? What forms the bond there?
Well, he was in the art department. He was a painter, and Rocco Caruso, who produced this film, was in the film department, and they sort of became friends and started making movies together in college. Asked me to, as Eric tells the story, I always said there was one girl in that class who was so good, and we said we absolutely have to make a movie with her. And when she wasn't available, we asked Edie. So that's how the story goes. But I started making movies with them in college, and then afterwards, and we all kind of grew up together, you know, little by little. We're all losing our sight, and some are losing our hair and growing paunches, and this is my family.
Your sight?
No,
Yes,
it's a stronger set of glasses from the Dwayne
I
Reed.
see,
You
yeah,
know.
it's just-
But we continued, the artistic sense almost feels like it's getting younger in a weird way, you know, getting freer and more open and more trusting of whatever it is that we respond to creatively.
But I mean, that's a great thing. What I was getting at was working together now after this time, do you get that feeling you had when it was all new? I mean, when you're in
Better,
college,
it's a
you're
better
doing it's a
feeling.
better feeling.
It's a better feeling because I've learned to trust on some level things that I didn't trust back then. So all that crap is out of the way. We can just get down to, you know, when he was directing me, I completely trust that when he says, no, why don't you just try not looking at that or whatever, some little teeny thing. I have a, you know, if another director says that to me, it's awful, and I'll say this to you. I'll say, yeah, that's great, and I'll do my own thing because I just, on some level, I trust myself. And when I'm working with Eric, I trust him, and it's his movie, and I want to give him what he wants out of this. And then I end up seeing it, and I'm thinking, he was absolutely right. That's exactly what that moment is. It may take me. I know. I'm glad you guys are hearing that too.
That was him saying, "I never said that."
That's right. Exactly right.
He's coming with the police to do
right.
that.
That sounds just like him. And it took me this long to really completely get that I can trust him and that he knows what he's talking about.
I have to stay. There's
Seriously,
a fire
we're on
in
fire?
this building.
What's wrong?
I don't mean to interrupt. One of our chefs set the coals too close to something. It started on fire. Everything's out. But the fire department's asking everybody to leave until they get here.
And that's all she
I
wrote.
apologize for that. It should just be minutes. I just put the silence.
We could go back out and. Well, that was nice.
It was.
I think a fire, you know, you started. There's going to be nothing else that happens to you today that will top this. This will be it. Detach us.